10:21.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's the old redneck out here in communist California. It's Sunday night. It is 7:30 at night. And I want to run through a few things I thought about today. Think about that Capitol, so-called mass insurrection they had at the Capitol. And how it all could have been avoided. How it all should be kind of just, okay, that's done. We're done with it. Deal with what you have to deal with instead of trying to do all this bull crap they're trying to prove they're so important in Washington over. First off, if the Democrats and the people didn't want this to happen, all they had to do was allow one judge to have an evidentiary hearing over the requests being made. Just one. If he had listened to the evidence and said there's no case, end of story. Everybody would have bought it. Pure and simple. People would still have faith in the system that, as far as I'm concerned, the Democrats have corrupted for years. But now, people on both sides got to play their little games. Let's make a mountain out of a molehill. Now, people say Trump promoted insurrection and all that stuff. Well, he just talk peacefully march. But people say he's out of his mind. Well, I probably would be too if I've been fighting for 4 years over false charges. Fighting a corrupt system. And that's what you get. And the people in his own party that are supposed to be on his side say one thing to his face, another thing to the press, and then another thing to the Democrats. But over and done with. Looks like Biden is the president of this country. God help us all. You know, it's really funny is Trump's out. Now you got all these lunatics talking their power. They're bringing out their saber rattling again. From North Korea to Iran. You know? Why is that? Then you got, let's see, you got Democrats and Republicans all crying they want the 25th Amendment. Pelosi saying she's going to impeach him. All this other stuff. I swear to God, Pelosi, that's got to be your favorite word. Impeach, 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 impeach. That's all you said for 4 fucking years. Didn't your mama teach you to quit crying wolf a long time ago? You know? Now he's decided he's not going to be there when it's time to change over on the 20th. Which I think is a good thing. Because Trump's a street fighter. You don't play nice with others. You know? But Biden says he's okay with it. But now everybody else is saying how he has desecrated the country because of that. The question I want to ask all these Democrats and Republicans in Congress, why are you so up in arms about those people getting into the Capitol building? Is it because it was your building? Didn't a single one of you say a damn thing all summer long over cities being burnt down? Not a one. But because it's now affected you, oh my God, they dared to sit in my chair. Oh, they stole my laptop. Oh, they stole my lectern. How dare they? Don't they know I'm a demigod? Probably a Demo-rat, more like it. To everybody else that's listening, if anybody is, the only way we're going to fix the system is to throw every one of those politicians out of office, if we ever get another chance to vote. I don't care if we put Joe Blow down in the plumbing shop in there. Senate and Congress should not have lifetime commitments. They should be a 2-term at the most. But you got senators and congressmen that have been in there since God was a child. You know, people start thinking of him as God. None of those people sitting in those high offices give a rat's ass about anybody down here on the streets until it's election time. Then they come down glad-handing only to the people that have the money to pay $150 for a hot dog and to be graced with being in the same room with them. They're kind of like the Hollytards down in Hollywood. They're entertainment. They're the circus clowns. At least that's what it's turned into. Step right up and watch the circus clowns react. But then you got the high-tech people. They're up to their shenanigans again. People switched over to Parler and all that. Now they've shut Parler down because Parler was using their servers as a web hosting. They're going to punish Parler for letting conservatives have a place to speak. Well, there's another one I found called Gab. Gab.com. And the funny thing about them, they were bounced off Google and Apple a long time ago, because they didn't conform to Apple and Google standards and regulate their people. But they said, if you don't like it, build your own. Well, that's what they did. Been on it for about a day. It seems to be pretty good. There's a whole lot of other sites other than the YouTube and the Google and Facebook and Twitter. I'm not saying they're all going to stick around, but unless you like being sheep, I'd get away from the others. You know, they were promoted as a place where you could have free speech, discuss your ideas with like-minded people. Now it turns out that they got idiots up there, Google, Twitter, and all that. Oh, well, I'm so woke, I'm offended by this, so it can't go on. You have done woke me. You can't do that. I'm offended. Well, take all your offensive regulations and shove them right up your offensive ass. Because I'll probably end up getting bounced off YouTube sooner or later. If I do, I'll just be posting over on Gab or something like that. I'm not really worried about it. I have maybe 11 subscribers. You know, I'm not in this for monetization or anything like that. I just do it for my own therapy. But you clowns are going to do what you're going to do. You seem to think nobody can touch you. You all act like you're always going to be reelected. Well, we'll see this next time around, won't we? Because I do believe, Miss Pelosi, this next round of elections has your name on it. Can you survive another one? I don't know. You seem to be more worried about the ice cream in your freezer than you are the people you're supposed to be working for. Y'all seem to think you're doing such a fantastic job. I don't see it. I see businesses closing down. I see people being tossed out on the streets. California used to be a nice place to live. You could make $1 here. Now you make $1, the government tries to take $1.50. But it's the old redneck. This one's done for tonight. You want to comment? Comment below. You want to send me an email? It's redneckrebel1956@gmail.com. I'll answer it. Other than that, remember our military serving here and abroad. Remember the veterans here and the ones coming home. Give them a hand up, not a handout. And for God's sakes, help out the police, the fire, and the EMTs. They're standing the wall here at home, so we don't have to. And everybody out there listening to this, you see a cop in trouble, help them. Let them know that you got their six and you respect them. The old redneck. We're out.